Robert Sugden has never truly been free. Yes, the gates opened, and he returned to the village after 6 long years for murder. But freedom doesn't erase the nightmares. His nights are plagued with flashbacks, cold concrete walls, hushed whispers in the dark, and the constant fear of being cornered. He's admitted before to being bullied and singled out inside, but he's never told the full story. And that's because the story isn't over. When a knock comes at Keeper's cottage, Robert isn't expecting anyone. But the text message arrives just seconds before, "Open the door, it's me." Standing there is Kev. Robert freezes, his pulse racing. Kev, the man he swore he'd never see again. The man who knows exactly what Robert endured behind bars. The man who might know too much. But what unsettles Robert isn't just Kev's presence. It's the way he looks at him, as if they share a secret no one else could ever understand. Robert hurries him inside, desperate to keep prying eyes away. He draws the curtains, checks the window, his paranoia consuming him. But when Victoria walks in unexpectedly and catches Robert holding Kev's hand, the perfect storm brews. Was it comfortable, desperation, or something deeper? Victoria's suspicion grows, and she's not the only one who might start asking questions. Because Robert's return wasn't just about family, it was about Aaron, the man he once loved, the man he hopes might take him back. But how can Aaron ever forgive if Kev exposes what really happened in prison? The chilling part, Kev isn't here by accident. He's here with a purpose. Whether it's revenge, money, or unfinished business, Robert's fragile second chance at life in Emmerdale hangs by a thread. And Kev? He's holding the scissors. Vinnie's web of lies. But Robert isn't the only villager being suffocated by his past. Across the village, Vinnie Dingle's marriage to Gabby seems stable, at least from the outside. Smiles at the woolpack, whispered plans for Thomas's adoption. The perfect image of family. But underneath the surface, Vinnie's heart is a battlefield. Because long before the wedding, Vinnie wrestled with doubts about his sexuality. Questions he buried. Feelings he never dared to speak aloud. And when curiosity led him online, the wrong person was waiting. Mike. At first, he seemed like a friend, someone who understood. But soon, Mike revealed his true face. A predator who assaulted Vinnie, stole £10,000 and left scars far deeper than the bruises. On the very morning of his wedding, Vinnie was at the police station, giving evidence. He thought that chapter was closed, but it isn't. Because Mike, whose real name is Graham, isn't done with him. When Vinnie sees him walk into court, his stomach drops. The case he hoped would end quietly is now a ticking bomb. And worse, Gabby, his wife, has been called as a defense witness. Vinnie panics. He spins lies, tries to twist the truth into something less damning, desperate to protect Gabby. But his dishonesty only raises suspicion. Laurel reminds Gabby that she herself has secrets like her own one-night stand. But even Laurel knows something darker is lurking in Vinnie's eyes. Then comes the cruel twist. Just when the family celebrates Thomas's adoption, Mike shows up. Smirking, taunting, demanding money. He threatens to ruin Vinnie's life all over again. And Vinnie? He's caught in an impossible choice. Protect his family with another lie, or finally speak the truth, even if it destroys everything. The chilling symmetry between Vinnie's silence and Robert's is no coincidence, because both men are being hunted by shadows from their past. And both shadows are circling closer than ever. April and the cost of silence. But Emmerdale's darkest twist comes not from the men, but from a girl trapped in a dangerous double life. April Windsor has been playing a game she never should have entered. Coerced into working for ruthless dealer Ray, she thought she could control it. A few pills here, some quick cash there. She told herself it was temporary. But the deeper she went, the harder it became to climb out. Her boyfriend Dylan saw the change. He begged her to stop, but Ray wasn't letting go, not without blood. And then came the mistake. While babysitting Leo, April rushed off for one last job. She didn't notice a few pills had fallen from her bag. By the time she returned, Rona found Leo unconscious on the floor, blue lips, shallow breaths. The ambulance lights painted the night sky red and white, and April's world shattered. At the hospital, April lied. She said she didn't know where the pills came from. She thought she was protecting herself. But every lie made the noose tighter. Police questions, parents' suspicion, Dylan's disappointment, and Ray is always watching. When April finally admits to Dylan she's ready to come clean, Ray overhears. His warning is deadly simple. Open your mouth, and you'll never see daylight again. Now April faces the same choice as Robert and Vinnie, silence or truth. But with Leo's life hanging by a thread, silence might cost her more than she can bear. The hidden thread. On the surface, Robert, Vinnie and April's stories look separate. But dig deeper, and the connections begin to appear. Robert's prison nightmares, Vinnie's tormentor, April's ruthless dealer. All roads lead back to the same darkness. Could Kev, Mike and Ray be linked? Could they be part of something bigger? An organized web of exploitation, revenge and control that's been lurking on Emmerdale's edges for years. Think about it. Robert is blackmailed into silence. Vinnie is coerced into silence. April is threatened into silence. 3 voices stolen. 3 lives entangled. And the question isn't just whether they'll survive. The question is, who's orchestrating it all? Next week promises answers, but also devastation. Robert will face Aaron, forced to choose between honesty and losing him forever. Vinnie will take the stand, with Gabby walking in at the worst possible moment. And April will finally stand at the crossroads, expose Ray and risk her life, or bury the truth and watch her family collapse. But the real twist? Not everyone will make it out alive. Emmerdale has been building towards a storm, and when it breaks, no family will be left untouched. The Village Conspiracy. As the week unfolds, something becomes clear. These aren't isolated stories of pain. They are threads in a much larger tapestry, one stitched together in the shadows. Robert begins noticing strange patterns. The same unknown number that texted him about Kev keeps sending cryptic warnings. At first he thinks it's prison paranoia, but then he realizes someone knows everything. His time inside, his secrets with Kev, even his attempts to win Aaron back. Meanwhile, Vinnie receives an envelope through the post. Inside, a single photograph. It's him, on the night he met Mike. The angle suggests someone else was watching, someone who wanted him broken. And April? She finds a message carved crudely into her school locker. You can't hide forever. It's signed with a symbol she doesn't recognize, but one Dylan swears he's seen before, sprayed as graffiti near Ray's warehouse. Suddenly, the pieces align. What if Kev, Mike and Ray aren't acting alone? What if they're all connected? Part of a secret network designed to control, silence and destroy anyone who crosses them. The villagers whisper about fate, bad luck, or coincidence. But the truth may be far darker. A coordinated force has been pulling strings behind the scenes, feeding on fear, blackmail, and silence. And if that's true, then Robert, Vinnie and April aren't just fighting their pasts, they're pawns in a game much bigger than any of them realize. The terrifying question now is simple. Who's at the top? Who benefits if Robert loses Aaron, if Vinnie's marriage collapses, if April's family is destroyed? The answer could be someone we already know, someone hiding in plain sight in Emmerdale, a friendly face at the Woolpack, a trusted neighbor, maybe even someone they've all confided in. As dusk settles over the village, a storm brews in the distance, and this time it isn't just about secrets being revealed, it's about survival. Because when the truth finally bursts out, Emmerdale will never ever be the same again. So here's the chilling question. Which secret will explode first, and who will pay the ultimate price? Will Robert's past with Kev ruin his last shot at love? Will Vinnie's confession shatter his marriage to Gabby? And will April's silence cost Leo his life? Drop your theories in the comments below. I want to know who you think is pulling the strings behind the scenes. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because in our next video, we'll reveal how a shocking betrayal could link all three storylines together and why Emmerdale may never recover.